good, bro?
Man, you know, ain't shit. It's a beautiful day. Can't complain.
Facts, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, man.
For real, bro.
What you been up to?
Bro. You know, man, just hanging in there, working hard. You know, can't really complain about anything right now.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. Yo, it's a nice day, man. We should take advantage of this.
Facts, man. What you trying to do?
I think we should get a little round up with D-Young, bro. You can't strike me, huh? What you laughing about?
Are you serious right now?
Of course I'm serious.
I gotta take you back to high school right now, bro.
What are you laughing about, bro? You're not stronger than me. You don't eat as well as I do.
Oh.
I eat all the protein I eat. You know, I'm always out here in the field. You a vegan, bro. You're not as strong as I am.
Yo, so man, put your money where your mouth is, bro.
What? It's a bet, man.
Bet.
Let's go.
See this, man.
Man really has protein, man. I'm gonna show you this with real protein, dude. Plant power, baby. Watch this.
What?
Come on, everybody.
Come on, baby.
Let's see the crowd.
I got you.
Cold.
Nah, you know what it is? It's the shades, bro. Fuck all that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nobody saw that. Good afternoon, my people. Welcome to BarrelUp Podcast with your host, John Carlos. And today, I have a special guest with us. His name is Bobo Cooks, author of Best Believe It's Vegan and traveling chef. My brother. It's a pleasure,
you, bro.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And today we're going to talk about some interesting topics that I hope that you guys enjoy. But before we talk about that, let's get to know Bobo a little bit. So, Carlos, his name is Carlos. Mm-hmm. We know him as Bobo.
AKA.
That's a fact, man. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing. Let's start with what is quote unquote vegan? What is the movement about?
So basically, a vegan lifestyle is a lifestyle that doesn't have animal products. You don't consume any animal products. It's mostly just plant-based eating. So we don't eat meat, we don't eat dairy, and eggs or anything that has to do with animals.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for the typical American, that is something that is quite new because
I think typical anybody.
Even better because we're all, especially us Dominicans, we're all used to eating a lot of rice,
Facts.
a lot of beans,
Pollo guisado, mondrones, all that
yeah,
shit.
man. Tell me a little bit about how this vegan movement started in your life. Like, because I'm assuming that you weren't always vegan.
Nah, you know that. You knew me before.
That's
and
a fact.
everybody knew me before. I was just a typical dude from Yonkers, New York. And what happened was, I went away to school, we're going to talk about that later, with baseball players. Mm-hmm. And I started eating a lot of junk food, man. I mean, you go down south, I went to school in West Virginia. So there's a bunch of things that you've never seen over here. I had Chick-fil-A for breakfast almost every day. And I just became very, very unhealthy with my lifestyle. And then it started taking a toll on my day-to-day life. I would have dizziness, headaches all the time. And it got to the point that I couldn't perform on the field anymore. So my career was cut short. And then when doctors couldn't tell me what was going on with me, I got really frustrated. And then my mother sent me a video one time of some dude that healed himself with plants and stuff like that. He helped everybody else do it.
Really?
And I just started looking into that too. So sure enough, here I am today.
Wow, man. I've been following your journey for the past, almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Going on 2 years, yeah.
And it's amazing how you have implemented this vegan lifestyle, not only to yourself, but to your family members. And a lot of people are switching, like a lot of carnivores are switching to the vegan lifestyle. Bobo, so you accredit your sickness to what you were eating in the past?
Yeah, all sickness has its exceptions with what we consume on a daily basis. And as long as we get that through our heads and notice that we could do something to help ourselves, then I'm pretty sure a lot of people will start helping ourselves.
Correct. And how hard was it for you to make that transition from a carnivore to a vegan? Like, what was the process like? Tell me, what were your thoughts?
It was pretty tough. Like, we're creatures of habit at the end of the day. So just as we created the bad habits, we could easily create the good ones. Mm-hmm. Do I need to be closer to this?
I think you're good there.
Okay. Yeah, so just as we created the bad habits, we could easily create, not easily, it's easier said than done, but we could create the good habits as well. So what I did, I just locked myself in my room for a long time. I tried it for 10 days and I ended up caving on the 10th day. And the way my body felt when I had that burger from Jimbo's in Harlem, that's what I broke the vegan fast with. And then I just felt terrible after that. And then I broke it again one time at my favorite pizza shop in Potsy's, and then after I had that consumption of cheese and pepperoni, after not eating it for so long, my body was rejecting it. So I was like, I know there's already no turning back.
Wow. I have a little testimony to say myself about a friend of mine. His name is Apolinar AP. I call him AP.
Shout out to AP.
Shout out to my boy AP. AP is also on this vegan wave, and I talk to him on a daily and stuff. And one day I asked him, we're in a restaurant, right? And we sitting there, and I order mi paella, my
big
steak,
yeah.
all that, bro. And he says to me, this is when I found out he wasn't eating meat. He was like, yo, I'll just have a salad. I'm like, dog, we came all the way from Yonkers to New Jersey, and you telling me you're gonna eat a salad? He's like, bro, I don't eat meat no more. I'm like, since when? I just decided, man. He says, I feel like every time I eat meat, I feel sluggish and slow, and I feel like it's not sitting well in my body.
Like the itis.
Like the itis.
That's what we call it.
And I'm like, yo, but I taught you every day. Like, why were you waiting so long to mention this to me? He's like, bro, because I was trying to see if it really worked. And to this day, he has 2 years without eating meat, and he tells me he will never go back.
Yeah.
I myself have thought about, going into the vegan movement, because I'll put it to you in this way. For all the people that know me, you guys know I played baseball all my life and all that stuff. I've always been athletic and whatnot, and I've always been involved in the gym. So I did a little experiment myself. I was taking this whey protein that is very popular and stuff before a gym session, after a gym session, and I said to myself, hold up. So I'm going dumb hard in the gym and all this stuff, and obviously this is a supplement, the protein, the powder protein that we all get. And I said, let me go a week without this protein to see how my body reacts. I kid you not, I went almost 2 weeks without it, without the protein that we all consume or whatever, the powdered one.
Yeah.
Bro, my body deflated. Like, it literally, all the bulkiness that I had and all that shit, it just went nowhere. Like, it went boom, down to the drain. And I'm like, okay, so this is definitely something that isn't good for the body.
Yeah.
Because it's like momentarily that you're gonna see results. But once you stop taking it, you're going back to square one.
But the people have to understand with that part is that things like that whey protein, things like Proactive, is created in a lab so that you have to rely on it. So whenever you stop taking it, think about it. It's bad business if you stop taking it.
It's bad business work.
So they had to create a formula that the human body will have to rely on it in order to keep it where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
So it's all monetized in the business industry.
Facts.
So, like, I stopped taking that protein, and then I started, just drinking water. I felt very light. I felt not sluggish anymore. But the remarkable thing about all of this is that, like, it just made me think, yo, I've been taking protein for years. What effect does that have on my liver? Yeah. Is it the liver that processes that?
The liver, the gut. The gut is where everything has its inception. All sicknesses starts in the gut.
All sicknesses start in the gut.
So once that is compromised, you will start seeing problems everywhere else throughout the body.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Your headaches could be as a result of a gut problem. Your liver problem is a result of a gut problem. If you have some joint pain, just know that it has its inceptions with the gut.
Oh my God.
Everything is with the gut.
Bobo, now that we're touching on this topic, and I really hope that a lot of viewers take this seriously, for us athletes, what are some ways that we can ingest natural protein instead of like all this processed stuff that you're seeing that people are buying? Like, what are some ways that we can do it the healthier way? in order to optimize results?
Well, what a lot of people have to understand is that the meat and the dairy that we're consuming is a product of recycled protein.
Okay.
So what we do in a plant-based lifestyle is that we just go straight to the source, and I talk about that a lot in my book. We definitely substituted with a lot of different types of grains, chickpeas, different types of funguses, which they call mushrooms.
Fungus is good for you?
Yeah, facts. It's really good for you.
Really?
Especially in the wintertime, you'll notice that mushrooms grow where there's no sunlight. So whenever we lack it in sunlight, we can consume it, the vitamin D through the fungus.
Wow.
But it's just a lot of athletes are making changes. You see Kyrie Irving, like that's just one of the biggest names that's doing it.
Kyrie Irving's a vegan now, bro?
Completely. A lot of NFL players. Shout out to Charity Morgan. She's a vegan plant-based chef in the NFL industry. In the whole New York, not the New York Titans, Tennessee Titans. They on the way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are fixing their joint pains. The recovery process is a lot faster now because athletes aren't consuming the bullshit anymore. I can curse on this, right?
Of course you can, bro.
But yeah, they're not consuming the bullshit like they used to. So whenever they have some type of pain, they're not having the inflammatory foods, which is causing them to have long recovery. But now that recovery is shortened.
Wow, man. I didn't know Kyrie Irving was about this life.
Oh yeah, he's about that life. A lot of freaking athletes about that life, especially in the NBA and the NFL. It's not so much in baseball though, not yet, you know. But that's where I come in, you know.
Of course. You got the baseball guy right here.
Yeah. This is needed.
Yo, but let me talk to you about something like give me an example of foods that have the same amount of protein, or natural protein, that a meat doesn't have, since it's recycled. Like, give me something that we could use as an alternative. Like, what is one plant that or vegetable that has like enough protein that can supplement for what we're taking now?
So that's a good question. A lot of times we become obsessed with protein, and that's one of those things that no other mammal has a high protein diet. Yet we have a very high protein diet, but we don't focus on fiber or minerals.
Okay. Wow.
We don't focus on none of this stuff. So we focus on everything that's going to hurt our digestive tract. We don't focus on everything that is going to complement our digestive tract. So we need to stop focusing on protein. And it's really been better for us for a reason. They have made us obsessed with protein, but nobody's ever went to the doctor and was protein deficient. They've only been mineral deficient.
Mineral deficient.
Everything has its exceptions with mineral deficiency.
Do you believe that there are doctors out there, for example, for an athlete that goes and asks a doctor for advice on how to ingest minerals and all, do you believe that there's doctors out there that hold this information?
I do believe there's very few, but I think it's not their fault. I think it's their school of thought is a lot different. They're taught a certain way, so they're going to be teaching a certain way.
Okay.
You know? But in that field, a lot of times, like I know doctors in the field that she knows the truth, and she started her own business and her own practices, which insurance doesn't cover, unfortunately. But when we go to the doctors, they're telling us what they think is the truth. I don't think there's too many people lying out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I really think they just went to school for that long and learned a certain way of thought.
Good point.
You know?
Good point. For us athletes, once again, we tend to think that if we're not eating the right way, that we're not going to perform in the gym as we should. You know what really caught my eye? I've been watching a lot of Yada videos. You've been inspiring me, not a lot.
Man. That's my mentor, man, my brother right there.
Yada, yo, and obviously he's a vegan. He's the one that basically started the movement, right?
I mean, in my eyes, I got put on by Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
And then when he passed, I found Yada.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to his village.
Perfect.
And started learning from him directly.
Yada, I look at him, the guy's jacked.
Yeah, man.
He's jacked.
He taught me how to bulk up. He taught me how to lose weight. Like it's just all within what we eat and how we consume it. And one time a day we consume it as well. A lot of people think that we're supposed to have a huge breakfast. Over here in this country, we're taught to have a big breakfast and that it's quote unquote the most important meal of the day.
Really?
But what people don't know is that we operate with a circadian rhythm. A circadian rhythm is basically a biological clock. Shout out to Brother Polite. He's the one that put me onto this information. And basically, it tells you every animal in the animal kingdom has their own biological clock called the circadian rhythm. So basically, it's what times a human body is more conducive for us to do something and when it's not most suitable for us to do something. So the more we study our biological clock, we'll learn that our body is designed to break down foods the most during the times of 6 a.m. to like around noon. So the last thing we want to be doing at those times is to be having solid foods. Just try to have some juices, a lot of water, because his body's gonna start the digestive system. It's working on whatever you ate last night, that's what it's working on during those times.
That's crazy, and it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, because I'm the type of person that I eat like 6 times a day.
Yeah.
But in the morning, I don't have this big appetite like I do throughout the day. And like you said, we're accustomed to eating big foods, like the breakfast to be a big size.
Big meal, the most big
but
meal
it makes
day.
sense why I don't like to eat like.
And not too many people really want breakfast. I feel like people are forced to. They have this thought where like, oh, I have to eat breakfast. But like, nah, man, all you need is some nice fluids in your body, and you'll be alright.
Okay, Bobo, a friend of mine. I told him that I was gonna have a show with you and everything. You probably know him, Wally.
Wow,
We played with him.
I was on the team, man. Shout out to Walter.
Shout out to my boy Wally. He had a question for you. He wanted me to ask you. He really asked me like, yo, does water really influence in our body? Like, is it really that important?
Essential.
So, what kind of water should we be consuming? Like, there's also stigmas or theories that the water that we're consuming on a regular, meaning Daizani, spring water, all that is tampered with.
Yeah, I mean, they tamper it with a lot of sodium. So a lot of times you go to it to quench your thirst, and the salt that's in it, you see a salt content. If you go to the nutrition facts, you'll see a salt content in it. And I'm like, wow, it's not naturally sodium in it.
There shouldn't be, right, in water.
Yeah. So there's sodium in the water that you're drinking, and what that does is that makes you even thirsty.
Wow.
So I just stick to natural spring water. Crystal Guys is one of them. Anything that's naturally alkaline.
Did you bring water?
Right here.
So, fellas, this is the water that he's talking about.
As of right now, you know, I'm gonna keep testing it. You know, I do this shit at home. I do the pH and the fluoride detecting at home as well.
So he tests it himself.
Yeah.
This is the water that he's talking about. This is the water that from now on I will be consuming, because I'm all about being the best person that I can be to be in.
You know better, you do better.
Of course, bro. Of course.
Learn something every day.
I'm also interested in reading this book.
Facts.
Best believe it's vegan, Latino style.
First of its kind, man.
So here, oh my God.
I show you how to replace the pastelitos. I show you how to replace the pollo guisado, the ensalada de papa. I show you what to do in order to be optimal healthy while still enjoying what you always enjoyed your whole life, you know?
And the way that you cook it, the way that you prepare it is totally healthy.
Yeah, so all natural, there's no bullshit and no preservatives. And I show you, I have a list of stuff that I make. Yada is the one that gave me a food list.
Okay.
Because, you know, he dedicates a lot, he dedicates a lot of time in the lab to testing foods. And I use this food list for this particular book.
So I have a lot of athletes that have been hitting me up because of my podcast, what I'm doing with my baseball movement. Do you think that by any chance we can maybe implement a dietary plan for athletes in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm working on it right now. I just started hitting the gym just to show and prove that you can easily get shredded, bulk up, doing this type of, you know, lifestyle. And I've already done it before, but I want to do it again.
Right.
You know, I want to focus on that this summer, just because so many people have a misconception about what I do. You know,
I was one.
Yeah.
I had a misconception about,
So
okay,
I feel like it's my duty now.
Of course.
I gotta show and prove.
if I go vegan, am I going to lose all my gains?
Yeah,
But now I understand that that's not the way. And Yada is a perfect example of
Him, Body by Bernard, I had him on the show. These dudes are shredded, man. They out push up anybody in push up composition, anything calisthenic wise. They do crazy shit, man.
yeah, man.
Trying to get on their level.
I'm trying to get on your level, bro. I'm really trying to start. By the way, before I say anything, this is his new product, the sea moss. Can you talk to us a little bit about what this contains? What is this all about?
So before, earlier I was talking about mineral content.
Correct.
How everybody's mineral deficient when they go to the doctors. This just helps regulate the thyroid gland, which is directly responsible for all your hormonal imbalances in your body. So this is just a big mineral shot, basically. It's like somebody just took a shot, a needle, put minerals in you that you were lacking in. This is what's gonna replenish you.
If we weren't taking this, we would have to take a bunch of minerals at once.
Like a bunch of different supplements, probably, and it wouldn't be even natural.
Shout outs to Bobo for bringing me mine.
Yeah, man, that's for you, baby. That's for
I
you.
Appreciate
First
it.
one's always on the house.
That's
man.
a fact. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna try it every day and see how I feel.
Put all that.
Okay. Bobo, to finish off the show, you want to talk to the audience about your upcoming events or anything that you have in store?
Well, I'm on a tour right now. I just finished Philadelphia. I'm going to LA this weekend. If you're out in LA, June 1st and 2nd, I'm gonna have 4 different workshops you'll be able to sign up for. It's almost sold out. Houston, 2 weeks after that, June 15th to 16th. Vegas, September. I don't have the dates for Vegas, Orlando, or the other one yet.
Wow, you're going all over the United States.
Yeah, all over the United States, man. It's important that I go visit every hood in America. Everybody needs help.
So basically, the word is spreading and people want your business.
The demand is there, so I gotta go. Especially in LA. I heard that. I've never been, but I heard it's like vegan heaven. So
right. Listen, man, I'm all for supporting somebody that is doing what they love. As you can see, I'm doing what I love, which is, trying to implement.
Nah, you're not trying. You're already doing it, bro.
I appreciate you to implement, the baseball way and the athletic way to these kids. And I am nothing but honored to have this gentleman here sharing some knowledge. I feel like today I learned more than what I know, and I'm definitely going to read this book. And from now on, I'm going to take every podcast that I do and reflect on key points that people should be really, interested in and worried about. Because our body, we should be treating it as a temple. And I'm telling you this much, for athletes, especially for athletes, going down to McDonald's or Burger King is not going to cut it.
Especially you high school kids and you college kids, it's going to catch up to you, man. I'm telling you, it's going to catch up to you. Call up to me.
Is living proof of what all this GMO, genetically modified organism food that we ingest, that we take in, what it can do to you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's body is a little bit different. I understand that, but it will bite you in the ass.
It will bite you in the ass, for real. Man.
It's time that we
don't think you're special, because you're not. I thought I was special.
It's time that we take our bodies, our health seriously, and I believe that it starts with what we eat. Because think about it, everybody eats every day. You have to eat to survive. So why don't we do it the right way? With that being said, guys, I want to thank you for tuning into this episode. I want to thank my man Bobo for showing up and giving me the love, man. I appreciate it.
Man. That's what I
and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Peace.
Yo, man, you good, bro?
Yo, I'm out of breath, dog.
Damn, man, you got
I told you I had eaten rice, beans, chicken, a whole plate before we played.
Yo, bro, I know exactly what you need, my brother.
What you mean? What you got for me?
Man, I brought you these banana nut energy balls, man. I think you're gonna like them.
You think it's gonna help me with my energy?
Yeah. Check it out. How it taste? It's good.
You make this?
Yeah, man, it's homemade. It's easy to make, bro.
This shit is delicious.
No, let's check out that BT again. Let's see if you hit the ball, bro. Damn! Best believe it's vegan.
Best believe it's vegan, baby.